Hey, JB from Just TCG here, and today we'll be talking about the criminally underrated Imperial Command Theme Deck, the second theme deck that came out with the Ultra Prism expansion in the Pokemon TCG. If you haven't checked out my review of the Mach Strike theme deck, I highly suggest you do so because that deck is incredible. I currently have a 12-game win streak on the Versus ladder at the time of recording with the Mach Strike deck, although I've probably jinxed that now. If you don't believe me, check out the Just TCG Twitter and Instagram, links in the description below. Back to this deck, however, and if there was ever a deck built to beat the Mach Strike theme deck, this is it. I reckon I see this deck in less than 10% of the matches I play, and I'm 99% sure I have a losing record as Mach Strike against this deck. So, if you're constantly getting beat with Mach Strike, pick up this deck. This deck is very much a control deck relying on inflicting status ailments to your opponent's Pokemon, especially paralysis and sleep. There's also energy discard, damage prevention, and tons of card draw and card advantage. So let's go through the list first. We have 3 copies of Snover, 2 Abomasnow, 3 Piplup, 2 Prinplup, 2 copies of Empoleon, including a nice foil one there. We also have 2 copies of Buizel, we have 2 copies of Floatzel, 2 Manaphy, 2 Corsola, 2 Alolan Sandshrew, 2 Alolan Sandslash. That is that for the Pokemon. And then we have 2 Timer Ball, 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Escape Rope, 1 Aqua Patch, and 1 Ultra Ball. And then for the supporters, we have 2 Sophocles, 2 Professor Kukui, 2 Howl, 1 Lillie, and 2 Pokemon Fan Club. Ignore the numbers in the bottom there. That's just how many I own, not how many are in the deck. Finally, we have 1 copy of a skateboard and 20. That's 20 water energies. Now, the strategy with this deck, Plan A, is obviously getting Empoleon onto the board as soon as possible. Let's just bring him up here. There we go. Rip the foil on. Yeah, getting him onto the board as soon as possible. We have many ways to do that with this deck. We have Timer Balls to search for the Piplup evolutions. We have Ultra Ball to search for it. We have Corsola's Call for Family as well. That can find Piplup, so we can start to evolve it into Prinplup and then Empoleon. As for that, mentioning of course the incredible draw engine we've got with the support cards, and also of course with Alolan Sandslash, the ability Slush Rush. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw a card, so bear that in mind. Once Empoleon is in play, it's easy to cheat him in from the bench. If you look at all the retreat costs, they're all fairly low. The only 3 cost one is Abomasnow. They're like so. He's the only 3 cost in the deck. We also have Escape Rope. Just find that. There you go. We've got Escape Rope. Lets you switch in your active Pokemon with your bench Pokemon. Your opponent has to do it first, then you do it, so you can get an advantage that way as well. We've also got Escape Board to reduce the retreat cost by 1 of one of your Pokemon that you equip it to. I suggest you equip this to a 1 cost retreater like Floatzel, for example. And also Alolan Sandslash, if you remember, his attack does 50 for 3 energy, and it's not that good. But switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon means that you can just switch an Empoleon, and there you go. All this draw and fetch makes it incredibly easy to fill our bench with Pokemon, which powers up Empoleon's first ability, which is Total Command. This attack does 20 damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So if the game goes long and Empoleon is fully powered up, it can very quickly turn the tide of battle in your favour. The backup plan is Floatzel and Abomasnow. Both aren't really the heaviest of hitters. However, Hypno Hammer on Abomasnow, the ability there to send a Pokemon asleep is good. Yes, it's only hits for 80. Yes, it's 4 energy, but it's automatically asleep, and there's 50% chance it can't do anything till next turn. It's not the worst. And then you've got Floatzel as well, don't forget. Floatzel is a stage 1 evolution, 100 HP, but the 2 attacks are actually quite good. 1 energy for agility, deals 30 damage, and 50% chance of preventing all attacks next turn. That's really good. Aqua Blast, 2 energy for 80, but you have to discard a water energy. Not the end of the world though. We have energy recycling in the deck with Aqua Patch and Abomasnow. Now the reason why this deck beats Mach Strike is mainly because of the fact you can just outvalue them. Empoleon with Total Command can just one-shot people. It can one-shot every single card in Mach Strike. The highest health is Garchomp with 150. More often than not, when you're playing against Mach Strike, there will be 8 Pokemon on the bench. As 160 damage to Total Command. Bingo. Job's good. Also, the energy discard with Whirlpool as well. Particularly seeing as Mach Strike doesn't have any energy, any ways of recycling energy. That's really, really, really strong. So bear that in mind. Also, the status elements, the Asleep, the Paralyze, all of that are just absolutely incredible at slowing down Mach Strike. And if you can stop Mach Strike from getting off to a lightning fast start, you're in the driver's seat. Trust me. Well, only an ultra fast start for Mach Strike. I'm really talking turn 2 Garchomp. Only turn 2 Garchomp really can beat Imperial Command and win this matchup. Mach Strike is best thought of as a mid-range deck, and in the world of TCGs, control decks like Imperial Command beat mid-range. And that is that for the Imperial Command Theme Deck. Let me know your thoughts on the deck in the description below. Do you agree with my assessment of the deck? Have you had any luck on the versus ladder with it? Or do you think I'm just full of it and this deck should be avoided at all costs? Let me know. However, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. Click on the bell as well for notifications for when new videos are released. You can follow us on social media as well on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Links in the description below. I'm also working on setting up a Discord channel. Updates on that in the future. In the meantime though, I've been JB for Just TCG. This has been the Imperial Command Deck Tech, and I'll see you in the next one.